What's up, everybody? This is Lorenzo Gospel Man Anderson signing in. It's December 14th, 2012. Time for me to, answer the call that God has put in my heart. So what I come to y'all today to do is to talk to you about victory. V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. Victory. Just want to let you know that whatever you're going through, just know that you can win. All you got to do is pray. There's victory in Him. With that being said, I'm gonna tell you like this. The Bible talks a lot about victory. There are 17 references, 17 reference scriptures I found to back up that there is victory in Jesus. V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. Victory in J-E-S-U-S. So much power in that name. Victory. This is the beginning of 17 lessons explaining to you, God's people, how to live victoriously no matter how much the odds look against you. I'm not going to waste no time. I'm going to get into the lesson and call this lesson 1, victory. Focusing on the negative can rob us of victory. V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. The text to back this up is Deuteronomy. Now, I'm going to focus on Deuteronomy 1:23 through 40. But before I say that, I'm going to say that in Deuteronomy, in this text, in Deuteronomy, Moses is talking to the sons and daughters of the people that he rescued from Egypt, who, because of their lack of faith, wandered for 40 years and died in the wilderness. They left behind being slaves in Egypt and swayed back and forth with their trust in God. And their lack of faith made it so they never got to see the promised land. Lack of faith will make it so that you cannot see your promised land. What God has promised you, like God promised Israel, the promised land. So I can't express enough how lack of faith is a negative energy. Remember the title of this, focus on the negative can rob you of victory. Your focusing on the negative can rob you of victory. So, lack of faith can't express enough. I can't express enough how the lack of faith is a negative energy that will rob you of the prize God has promised you. What has God promised you? And because of your lack of faith, you won't enter into your promise, like the Israelites. This is disobeying God. When God offers you a gift, it is offered in good faith. Often though, when God opens opportunities for us, we have doubts and are afraid of failure. Here we see again how negative energy robs us of our victory. V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. Victory. Seize your opportunity to grow, to share your faith, and to live in a manner pleasing to God. He will lead the way and give you strength. Now, I'm going to read Deuteronomy 1:23 through 28. And it starts off by saying, and the saying pleased me well. And I took 12 men of you, one of a tribe, And they turned and went up into the mountain and came into the valley of Eshcol and searched it out. And they took the fruit of the land in their hands and brought it down unto us and brought us word again and said, it is a good land which the Lord our God thought to give us. Wait a minute. You telling me that, okay, these people was told that this land was, it said, they took of the fruit of their land, of the land in their hands and brought it down unto them and brought them word again and said, it's a good land at which the Lord has gave us. Okay, so then in verse 26, Moses goes on to say to him, notwithstanding would not you go up, but you rebelled against the commandment of the Lord your God, and ye murmured in your tents and said, because the Lord hateth us, he has brought us forth out of the land of Egypt to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us. Whither shall we go? Whither shall we go? Our brethren have discouraged our hearts, saying, the people is greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven, and moreover we have seen the sons of the Anakims there. Okay, now, this is what negative words they let entertain their minds and their heart, which birth lack of faith. Lack of faith. There's them negative words again. Lack of faith. These people still weren't convinced, even though spies were sent to check out the land and give them a plan of action as to where it was best for them to enter the land. They still had lack of faith and doubt. It was all up in the scripture. What has God promised you? Showed you the plan to obtain it, and you still haven't taken one step towards your promised land. Okay, now I'm going to read verses 29 through 33. Then I said unto you, dread not, neither be afraid of them. The Lord your God which goeth before you, he shall fight for you. This is Moses talking to the Israelites. He shall fight for you according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes, and in the wilderness, where thou hast seen how that the Lord thy God bare thee, as a man doth bear his son, in all the way that ye went, until ye came into the place. Yet in this thing ye did not believe the Lord your God. They still didn't believe. After they seen everything that God has did for them, they still didn't believe. Yet in these things yet ye did not believe the Lord your God, who went in the way before you to search you out a place to pitch your tents in fire by night, to show you by what way ye should go, and in a cloud by day. Whoa now, come on, man. In these verses, Moses is encouraging the Israelites by telling them that God will fight for them. When in your situation has you heard God or somebody else tell you that the battle is not yours, but it's the Lord's? Then he's asking them, why don't you believe after all God has done for you? Think about where you used to go, who you used to be, and look at where God brought you from. Look at God. Look at what God. Look at how God gave you strength to overcome. Look at the times when God fought in your place. Let these thoughts of victory override your doubt. Let these thoughts of victory be the positive you fight negative thoughts with. Ask yourself, why don't I believe? What is stopping you from walking into your promised land? Back to the text. 34 to 40. 34 to 40. We in Deuteronomy, if you just, tuning in. And the Lord heard the voice of your words and was wroth, and sware, saying, surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see that good land which I swear to give unto your fathers, save Caleb and son of Jephunneh. He shall see it, And to him will I give the land that he hath trodden upon, and to his children, because he hath wholly followed the Lord. Also the Lord was angry with me for sake, saying, now Moses is telling these people that y'all messed it up. God has brought me to lead y'all into the promised land. Y'all made it so that I can't see the promised land now. What? That's crazy. Also the Lord was angry with me for your sake, saying, thou also shalt not go in thither. But Joshua the son of Nun withstandeth before thee. He shall go in there. Encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit it. Now Moses is being told that he's not going to see the promised land. He's being told that he's not going to see the promised land because of this. So then we go on to 39. Moreover, your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, and your children, which in that day had no knowledge between good and evil, they shall go in there, and unto them will I give it, and they shall possess it. But as for you, turn you and take your journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Now these people just came up out of the wilderness for 40 years. 40 years. Now they have to go back to the wilderness because of their lack of faith. God heard their complaining and negative thoughts. He heard their lack of faith and sent them on a detour from the promised land and sent them back into the wilderness by way of the Red Sea. Man, what is your lack of faith stopping you from obtaining in the promised land? God gave the Israelites the power to conquer the land, but they failed to enter because they were afraid of the risk and did not trust God. Now, just like the Canaanites of that land had giants and big city walls, your promised land may involve you conquering giants, obstacles like the sons of Anakim, which may have been 7 to 9 feet tall. The Israelites' fear was understandable. Your fears that stop you from going forward are understandable, but not justified. You hear me? They're understandable, but not justified. For the all-powerful God has already promised the Israelites victory, and he has already promised you victory. So in closing, I say, for the Israelites, the enemy was vulnerable. So is your enemy. And God was on their side. God is on your side. Stop being fearful. When we focus on the negative of a situation, we become stuck, immobile, stagnant. Focus on the positive. The positive is God's direction for you and what he promised you. Highlight the positives in the situation and trust God to overcome the negatives. Your problems don't have to rob you of your victory. 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 Peace.